Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online, easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts, Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert, Adam Duran, answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
All right. How's your week going?
It's going good. Really busy.
Really busy.
Recently, we're getting a lot more leads through AI. Like people are saying, they found us on ChatGPT, and I think 3 today, which is that's unprecedented. So
just the beginning, I'm sure.
Yeah, actually, it does lead into our topic today because more customers are choosing local businesses without ever visiting their website. So those are called the zero-click search results. And so this term zero-click search was coined many, many, many years ago when Google started incorporating in search results things like the weather or like movie synopsis or pretty much anything now that we take for granted. So if you type in, what's the weather near me, Google will just kick back the answer without you having to go to weatherchannel.com or weather.com, right? Or whatever, IMDb for movies, that kind of thing. So Google actually, this was for those businesses, right? Like Weather Channel or IMDb, devastating for them because it meant that people weren't going to those websites anymore. They were just stopping at Google when they got the information that they wanted. So that's kind of the idea behind this term of zero-click search. So for local businesses, what that means is, more and more people are not going to your website. They're going to Google or the AI systems and then making their buying decision there. So without even visiting your website. So today I wanted to talk about that and, as a local business owner, what we should do to prepare for that if you're not doing that already.
I like it.
All right. So it is, so as you know, when you search for some kind of service on Google, a lot of times, all the time now, it'll kick back a bunch of businesses and you can get the directions to that business. You can call them from right then from the Google results. So you can read an AI summary of that business maybe. And if you're using ChatGPT, you can do the same, and ChatGPT will give you all of that information right there. So you don't have to go to that business's website. And so why do you think this is happening, Jamie?
Because, I know from my personal experience going to a website, it had a, robot CAPTCHA, you got to fill in these boxes. And one of them was a Windows R, which opened up an IP, it said, cut and paste this to your IP config. And it, basically I had to reinstall Windows. So
that steals all your data.
Not going anywhere anymore.
That sounds horrible.
Not fun for anybody.
Okay, so why this is happening? It's more that customers they want to be able to make faster decisions, right? And so just give me 3 choices or give me the choice, and I will go from there. So that fewer choices, leads to faster answers. And especially if they're trusted or trusted by something or someone, then that makes my decision-making much faster. And so having, doing this on your phone, it even condenses that even more. Because on a phone, your screen real estate's not so large and you just give me the answer. We got to make a decision here. So the other reason, AI, right? AI is creating, by its nature, short lists for you to make a decision with. So summarizing whatever business that provides that service that you're looking for, it's only going to recommend a few options. It's not going to give you, the top 10 or the top 20 because that's just overwhelming. So that paralysis by analysis, right, Jamie? That's what, when you have too many choices, you just end up making no choice and kicking it down the road for another day. I think all of us have experienced that. So AI definitely is considerably shrinking that list down. So that way it allows the user to make a choice quicker. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So why this matters for you as a local business, service provider, product provider, whatever that is, that you do for your business, it's really important because customers now are judging you increasingly by your reviews, your photos, your Google business profile content, AI summaries, and of course your visibility on maps. So it's really weird, but think about your Google business profile as your real homepage. It becomes the hub around which your presence should be created online. Okay?
Nice.
Follow me so far.
Yep. I'm looking forward to it.
So your Google business profile, there's a lot of stuff that you can put on there. And why AI systems and of course Google loves it is because it's all the same for everyone, pretty much. So they have the same fields. It's tough to kind of trick it or put any vague ideas. It's very explicit in the information it provides. So make sure that as a business owner, you're going to put in all of your services that you provide. So this is not your category, but when you're filling out your profile, and you can go in there right now and you'll have a service button that you can configure your services. So you want to make sure that every service you provide, it's listed there on your Google business profile. You can put a little picture, put a little description of that, even pricing sometime, or many times you can do pricing. You can connect it to the page on your website if you want for more details about that service, because it only gives you, 650 characters or something like that. Definitely fill that out. This is one of the things that we see businesses don't take advantage of, and they should be doing it. Okay?
Yep.
All right. Definitely business description. If FAQs are allowed for your industry, fill those out. Those are, if they're still allowed for your industry, this is kind of getting phased out because I think Google kind of experimented with those FAQs. It's tough. Anyway, make sure your hours, appointment links, all that stuff are added. All right. So don't have crazy hours. I've seen some doozies. So also make sure that Google allows you those Google posts, that you add those Google posts regularly. Make sure that they're, pretty eye-catching and full of information that somebody thinking about your business would consider. Okay, so far so good?
So far so good.
Woo! All right, next one. We've talked about reviews in the past. Reviews. So the quality matters. The quantity matters, but also the quality really matters. So you want to encourage people to write reviews that mention your service, the city that they experienced it in, their experience during the service, and then the outcome. So you want to make sure that those reviews, weirdly, they are scraped by all of these these AI systems, and Google as well with Gemini. They scrape those reviews too. So if you can get your customers to write reviews that include those words for your business, then awesome. Please, please, please make that a priority. Okay?
Yep.
All right. Photos, videos. All of those things can be added to your Google business profile. If you don't have any of those, then you should get some. And you can make them. So when we're talking about videos, you can use, we've done in previous episodes, we've talked about like using Canva. You can use Canva to make a slideshow that just flips through, explains your services or what one of your services, and that could be a video. You just export it as an MP4, upload it to your Google business profile, and that becomes one of the default things that people see on mobile about your business. So definitely all of those things. Photos. Awesome. They're really good if you're a service provider with a big service area. When you upload those photos, it indicates to Google where they were taken. So also a really good reinforcement for your service area. Okay?
Yep, sounds good.
Woo! All right, I got 2 more. Here we go. Oh boy. All right. You're going to be optimizing for decision speed. So can someone trust you, your business, in 10 seconds? Right? So that's what you have to be thinking about. If you have if you're an electrical contractor and you have 1 review and your competition starts at 250 5-star reviews, you got to make those reviews a priority. If you give up, then that's on you, right? You're in the modern era. These reviews are super important. And if you're given the choice between a 1-star, a company with 1 5-star review and a company with 250 5-star reviews, most of us 100% of the time are going to go to the 251. Crazy?
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
it is weird when Google lists, the 1-star company above the one that has the 250 5-star reviews.
It is, but don't worry, it doesn't really help them because people see the 3 companies there. That wild card that appeared there for your search probably won't appear there for another person's search. And even if it does, they're not going to get any calls because the credibility part of this is not there. And so when we take on a new client and they have low reviews, we have to institute a review gathering system, and it has to be human-based. I'm not a big fan of the text-based ones. It has to be human-based. The text-based ones just generally, they devolve into bothering people, and that's not good. So, also on your site, this helps the AI systems. You want to be creating, making sure that your website does talk about your services in a clear manner. Don't use vague, weird words about your services. You're the solutions-oriented solution or something like that. Tell your services have to be very explicit. This helps that the AI systems, including Google, know what you do and have clear structure on your site, FAQs on every one of those pages, consistent information. And make sure that you kind of avoid the vague marketing language. Okay, so AI systems love to have good data. So if you have numbers that support whatever you do, even if it's internally gathered numbers, then use those. So if the AI can't, and if Google can't understand your website, that's still, deal breaker. So make sure that you do that. Okay?
Yep.
All right, last one. Woo, this is going on too long, Jamie. Strengthen your presence beyond your website. Make sure that you've done all these same or similar things on Yelp, on your Yelp page, your Nextdoor page, those kind of things. Gather backlinks by, banding together with your other local business owner friends, creating blog pages about each other's businesses. So that way their link is on your website and your link is on their website. You can also create a best of list. Those also tend to influence AI systems as well, and they're great. So it's a backlink generator, plus it's a great listicle that Google and people love. All right. That's all I got for today, Jamie. I know it went really fast, but the last question I want you as the listener to ask is, would I trust my business after 10 seconds of seeing it on Google Maps? So that means you're looking at your Google business profile. Would I trust this business? So if the answer is no, you got 10 seconds to decide. Yes or no, Jamie? 10 seconds. What do you do? Hot shot.
Yeah, ask me at 9.
All right, that's all I got.
All right.
Woo. Yeah,
well, thanks,
zero
Adam.
click. Yeah, zero click local searches. It's changing how customers discover and choose businesses. So the businesses that win will not just rank, they'll build trust before the click even happens. So, that's awesome.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a new world order in search engines, and then with websites making them obsolete, which, then you don't get that Windows R virus, which is
That's crazy.
nightmare. So
not obsolete. I got to make sure that you know that it's not obsolete. Definitely important. It's just a lot of customers are making the decision to call you before they even see your website. So prioritize that.
Well, and hopefully you'll get rid of the phone number next, and then that put the telemarketers out of business. That'd be awesome.
Thank you.
And call centers. Anywho, thank you very much, Adam. That's all great information as usual. If you, as a listener, know of any other business owners that are struggling with their local search engine optimization, feel free to turn them on to this podcast. It's pretty simple. You can share it from pretty much any podcast listening, however you're listening to it. You could share it with them that way. And then give us 5 stars wherever you are listening to it. The more 5-star reviews we get, the higher our rankings are in Spotify and iTunes and Netflix podcasts. Are you on Netflix yet, Adam?
No.
But yeah, it's all really, really helpful. And then if you have a question about this podcast or anything else that Adam covered, go to our website, Local SEO in 10, click on the podcast button, and then go ahead and put in that search term. And chances are there's 2 or 3 at least other podcasts that talk about the same thing. And then make sure to like and subscribe. We will talk to you next week. Thanks, Adam.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.